We all ask the same question at least once in our life. What if a Jinn appeared in front of us? Would we run? Would we freeze? Or would we even survive to tell the story? Tonight, you will find out. It was a cold, silent night in a small town on the edge of the desert. The streets were empty, except for a young man named Hassan, who was returning home after visiting a friend. The clock had just struck midnight, and the air felt heavier than usual. Hassan had always been brave, the kind of person who laughed at ghost stories and superstitions. But that night, something about the silence unsettled him. The streetlights flickered one by one, as if warning him not to continue. His phone buzzed. A message appeared from an unknown number. "Don't walk this way. He is waiting." Hassan frowned. Probably a prank, he thought. He shoved the phone back in his pocket and kept walking. The air grew colder. His footsteps echoed louder. And then he heard it. A whisper. His name. Hassan. He spun around. The street was empty. His heart skipped a beat, but he forced himself to keep going. Then a shadow appeared at the far end of the street. It was tall, too tall to be human, standing perfectly still. Hassan froze. His instincts screamed at him to run, but his legs refused to move. The figure began walking toward him, slow and steady. Each step made the lights flicker violently. As it drew closer, Hassan could see glowing red eyes piercing through the darkness. He whispered to himself, "This can't be real. Jinns aren't real." But deep down he knew. This was no human. Suddenly the figure vanished. Gone. As if it had melted into the night. Hassan exhaled in relief, convincing himself it was his imagination. He turned around, and the Jinn was standing right in front of him. Its face was hidden in shadow, but its voice was deep and hollow. "You wanted to know what happens when a Jinn appears? Now you will see." The ground beneath Hassan's feet trembled. His phone slipped from his hand and shattered. The Jinn leaned closer, whispering in his ear words in a language he couldn't understand. His ears rang, his body froze, and his vision blurred. Memories from his childhood flashed before him, the stories his grandmother used to tell. Never walk alone at midnight. Never whistle after dark. Never speak when you hear your name whispered. He had broken all 3 rules. Hassan shut his eyes tightly and began reciting verses he remembered from the Quran, his lips trembling. The Jinn let out a terrifying shriek that shook the street, then vanished into the shadows, leaving the air suddenly still again. Hassan collapsed to the ground, trembling and breathless. His phone screen flickered one last time before dying completely. Written across the cracked glass were words that weren't there before. "This is only the beginning." From that night onward, Hassan was never the same. He never walked alone at night again, never ignored the whispers of old warnings, and never asked the question, "What if a Jinn appeared in front of you?" Because now he knew the answer. So, if a Jinn appeared in front of you, what would you do? Would you pray? Would you run? Or would you be brave enough to face it? Remember, some questions are better left unanswered.